Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose. Years ago, I was able to take my daycare children out on outings. So sometimes I would take them to local parks or on field trips to different farms to experience different things. During that time, we actually had older children because our kindergarten programs in Ontario were half days. So during that time, we had a lot older children. Having older children, it was a little bit easier to take them out with the different car seats. They fit a little bit better in the van. Now we have full day programs here in Ontario. So the children that we care for are typically between the ages of 1 and 4. And so it's much more difficult to fit 5 car seats in a vehicle. So I opted to not continue to travel with my daycare children. What I like to do is bring different experiences to us. Today I wanted to share with you some of the different ways that I do that. It's super fun to watch children learn and grow and see new experiences. I'm standing here by my apple tree. During our apple unit, I took the children on a field trip to the apple orchard. My youngest daughter was home from work one day, and so she was able to help out with this, and I was able to take the children out on a little wagon ride. So I sat with the children in the back of a little wagon attached to our four-wheeler, and she was able to take us around the yard. The children had so much fun. Of course, you need permission from the parents for this, but we had a super fun time. And then we stopped at our apple orchard. And so I provided the children with a basket to pick apples. We talked about how we safely pick apples by turning the apples before we pull on the tree. And we talked about what a yucky apple looks like and what a good apple looks like. So it turned out to be a super fun day. So I was able to bring a fun experience to the children right here on our property. If you don't have a four-wheeler or you don't have an apple tree, you can think of different ways. Maybe you have a neighbor that has an apple tree. You could lay a big blanket out and have the children get on it and pretend that you're going on a wagon ride. There's all sorts of different ways that you could make this experience fun for the children. This month, we also hope to set up our own little pumpkin patch in our yard. It'll be something super simple. We're just going to put some pumpkins and maybe a hay bale so the children can play at the pumpkin patch. Last month, we had the septic guy come out to pump out our septic tank. And so you can imagine the excitement when a huge truck pulled into our yard. And I used that opportunity to teach the children about what that truck did and what that man's job was. Because the boys were super engaged, we took the morning to watch what they were doing, and that became a super fun, out of the ordinary event. We're doing a community helpers theme in the month of November. So it's a great way to remind the children about what all the different community helpers do. The man was super sweet and explained to the children that the hose vacuums out all the poop and brings it to the truck, takes the poop away in his truck. This was a great opportunity to talk about the different jobs that people do. And next month we're talking about community helpers, and I'll be able to remind the children of this experience. I'm fortunate enough to live within walking distance of our local fair. So yesterday the children and I walked to the fair and enjoyed most of the day at the fair. The children were able to pet and feed some animals. We saw some horse racing. We walked through the barns and saw some different animals, bunnies, chickens, little miniature horses, cows, and they were able to see some of the exhibits. And we also entered into the fair in the category of a collection of anything. And so my daycare children all brought in a collection, and I brought them to the fair the other night. And so the children were able to visit their collections in the family pavilion. And of course, we ate some fair food. So it was a super fun day. And one of the highlights was meeting the firemen. The children were able to explore the fire truck and go in the firehouse where the firemen teach the children about what to do in case of a fire. This is also going to be a great memory to remind the children next month when we do our community helper theme. So I hope these ideas gave you some inspiration to think outside of the box and bring some new experiences to your children. I'm Krista with Playing with a Purpose. I'll see you next time.